I actually did. She's pissed off because she's like, it's not just about one player. It's about me too. And it's like, wait, time out.
The WNBA has never seen such a media storm surrounding two players quite like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Both players are supremely talented, but recent events have thrown a glaring spotlight on the rivalry between them. Fueled by both on-court performances and off-court drama, this tale is more than just about basketball. It's about marketability, media attention, and the pressure of being in the limelight. At the core, it's a story of two athletes at the peak of their powers, battling for recognition not only as individuals, but as the future faces of women's basketball. The intense media coverage has turned their rivalry into a cultural moment, where every move, every comment, and every game is scrutinized by a growing audience. Caitlin Clark's rise to stardom isn't an isolated event, but the result of years of dominance on the court, starting from her college days at Iowa. Clark was already a standout, but it was during the 2023 NCAA Women's Tournament that she cemented her status as a generational talent. Her 41-point game in the semifinals against South Carolina became an instant classic, and her deep three-pointers have become her signature, drawing comparisons to NBA stars like Steph Curry. Her unique blend of scoring and playmaking, averaging 27.5 points, 8 assists, and 2 steals per game, has made her a household name. But her influence goes beyond her impressive stats. Clark's play style is magnetic. Fans are drawn to her aggressive, fearless approach to the game, which breaks the mold of traditional women's basketball. This has helped Clark lead the WNBA in both on-court performance and off-court visibility. Her ability to attract crowds is unparalleled, pulling in an average of 15,300 fans per game, a feat that is not just impressive but transformative for a league that has long struggled with audience engagement. Clark's marketability is undeniable, and her record-breaking $28 million deal with Nike is proof of that. The fact that she led her team to a victory over Angel Reese's LSU squad on the same day she signed that contract only added fuel to an already simmering rivalry. On the flip side, Angel Reese is far from a player who should be in anyone's shadow. Reese's college career with LSU was nothing short of dominant, leading her team to the 2023 NCAA championship and earning the Most Outstanding Player award in the process. Averaging 23 points and 10 rebounds per game, Reese's physical style of play, especially in the paint, has made her a force to be reckoned with. Her defensive prowess and ability to control the boards have made her one of the WNBA's top performers. However, despite these accolades, Reese finds herself increasingly overshadowed by Clark's meteoric rise. Her frustration is understandable, given the amount of effort and success she's had in building her career. Reese isn't just a great player, she's a star with a personality that commands attention. Her nickname, the Bayou Barbie, and her confident, no-nonsense attitude have earned her a legion of fans. But recent outbursts and emotional reactions, particularly toward the media's focus on Clark, have painted her in a less flattering light. When sports commentator Patrick Bet-David weighed in, criticizing Reese for her public frustration and framing it as jealousy, it only exacerbated the tension.
I actually did. She's pissed off because she's like, it's not just about one player. It's about me too. And it's like, wait, time out.
Reese's reactions are often viewed as emotional, but they speak to a broader frustration many Black athletes feel in a system that doesn't always treat them equally. Reese's struggle for the spotlight isn't just about basketball, it's about representation and respect. And Bet-David's sharp criticism has only intensified that narrative.
About her is white, and he's going on these anti-white race things about her and how Black personalities would be more successful if they were white. It's unattractive.
Looking at the numbers, Caitlin Clark's dominance is undeniable. She's not just leading the league in points, but her ability to generate fan engagement has made her the face of the WNBA's revival. Her impact extends beyond the court. She's driving a 105% increase in WNBA viewership, a staggering figure that speaks to her star power. Clark's games regularly attract over 15,000 attendees, a figure that reflects her unique ability to draw in both die-hard basketball fans and casual viewers. Angel Reese, in contrast, attracts around 10,100 fans per game. While this is by no means a small crowd, it pales in comparison to the kind of attention Clark commands.
The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200 they come to watch.
Reese's stats, 23 points and 10 rebounds per game, are impressive. And in another era, they would likely make her the undisputed star of the league. However, in the shadow of Clark's shooting and playmaking, Reese's impact, at least in terms of media coverage, seems diminished. Patrick Bet-David's analysis of these numbers drives home a painful truth for Reese. Clark is not just a player, but a phenomenon.
However, for whatever reason, the audience likes watching Caitlin more because she's more exciting than Angel. But watch.
The WNBA's current growth is, in large part, driven by the spectacle of Clark's performances. For Reese, this is a bitter pill to swallow. Her game is strong, her presence undeniable, but the numbers don't lie. Clark's pull is in a league of its own, and Reese is left wondering how she can match up. What adds fuel to the rivalry is the stark contrast in how the two players present themselves. Caitlin Clark is often seen as quietly confident, someone who focuses on her game without getting too caught up in the media frenzy. Her on-court demeanor is intense, but off the court she remains humble, rarely engaging in the kind of public spats that draw attention. Clark's ability to remain focused amid rising fame has only enhanced her image as the consummate professional, making her even more likable to fans and media alike. Angel Reese, on the other hand, wears her emotions on her sleeve. She's outspoken, unapologetic, and not afraid to speak her mind.
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore.
Reese's public statements about feeling overshadowed by Clark have drawn both support and criticism, with some viewing her as a sore loser and others seeing her as a strong black woman standing up for herself in a system that often sidelines people like her. Reese's bold personality makes her a polarizing figure, which, depending on the lens through which you view her, either strengthens or weakens her public image. The most contentious moment came when Reese hinted that race plays a role in how she and Clark are perceived. She suggested that Clark's success is partly due to her being white in a predominantly black sport, where black athletes like Reese often feel overlooked. Patrick Bet-David, among others, dismissed this claim, framing Reese's frustration as insecurity rather than a legitimate concern. This racial dynamic has added a deeper layer to the rivalry, sparking conversations about the role of race in sports and media coverage. The WNBA is at a crucial turning point. Caitlin Clark's rise is undoubtedly bringing new attention to the league, but it also exposes the inequalities in how star players are treated and marketed. Clark's marketability, boosted by her Nike deal, her engaging style of play, and her ability to draw fans, has made her the face of the WNBA's future.
You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
Wow.
Okay? 15,300.
But the league must grapple with how to manage this newfound attention without alienating other top players like Angel Reese, who also bring significant value to the game. Reese's frustration is a reflection of a broader issue within women's sports, the struggle for equal recognition. While Clark's success is undeniably great for the WNBA, it risks overshadowing other players who are just as talented, but perhaps less media-friendly or marketable. Reese's outspoken nature and her willingness to call out the disparity have made her a symbol of this struggle, even as it risks alienating some fans. The WNBA's growth depends on balancing the spotlight between its stars. Clark may be the star of the moment, but players like Reese are essential to the league's long-term success. The challenge for the WNBA is ensuring that all of its top players receive the recognition they deserve, rather than allowing one narrative to dominate. The rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark encapsulates the complexities of modern sports, where marketability often overshadows talent. Clark's rise has been nothing short of extraordinary, but for Reese, the story isn't over. To reclaim her spotlight, Reese must refocus on her game, using her on-court performances to shift the narrative. By staying true to herself and continuing to dominate, Reese can prove that the WNBA has room for more than one superstar. The WNBA's future is bright, but the league must ensure that players like Reese aren't left behind in the wake of Clark's success. For Reese, the path forward is clear. Let her game speak louder than her frustrations, and the spotlight will surely return to her.